Okay, so one of the biggest questions I have is, how do I print on 100% polyester shirts? I guess one of the biggest problems with polyester shirts is, one, it's color migration, especially when you're working with the red. Color migration is a pain in the neck. Another thing that is a pain in the neck with 100% polyester is that if you don't cure the ink properly, it will come off, or more than likely it's going to come off. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing on this video. My name is Juan with Liberty Graphic Designs. Don't go anywhere, and that's what we're going to be doing. So in order to print on this 100% poly, and the brand doesn't really matter. I'm going to be using A4. Is it A4? Yes, A4. That's the brand that I'm going to be working with. And in order for you to print on something like this, you're going to need, well, the first thing you're going to need is low bleed white. So make sure you get yourself some low bleed white. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe the camera is not focusing right. But trust me, there you go. That's low bleed white. And what that's going to do, it's going to prevent, it's going to prevent the pigments in the shirt to migrate into the ink, turning it pink. And I have a shirt here, so you can see what I'm talking about. If you notice, it's two different colors. So the top one, it's completely white, and the bottom one, it's already pink. Well, that's because it migrated over to the white ink. Another thing is, if you don't use the proper ink on 100% polyester, more than likely that ink is gonna come off. So to prevent that, we use catalyst. And there's just like ink, there's many different brands. My favorite one is gonna be, let me see, the one that I've used that is the best one that I've actually used is Wilflex Top Score. That one, it's really good. But at the time, I'm using StarTex. This is a brand from GSG. Just make sure that you're getting low bleed, and that's going to prevent the color migration. And then get yourself some catalyst, and you're going to add 5 to 10% by weight, or you can also do it by volume on the ink. So if you have, like I said, for example, just to make it easy, this is an example. If you have 100 grams of white ink, then you need 5 to 10 grams of this. Again, either if you're doing it by weight or by volume. Usually me, I just pour whatever I feel, I use more than 5%. So let me show you how it's done. Okay, so you can either pre-mix your ink in a container. Just know this: once you mix the catalyst in the ink, whatever ink you don't use, it's gonna have to be thrown away. I heard of people put it in the freezer or put it in a refrigerator, and it'll last longer. I have not tried that. Usually when I mix the ink, I only mix enough for what I'm gonna be using or what I'm gonna be printing. So I don't mix a lot, because whatever I don't use is gonna go in the trash. So I'm gonna print about 12 shirts, which is not a lot. It's a very, very small run, and I don't need a lot of ink. So for that, I don't even have to get a container. I can mix it straight into my screen, and that's what I'm gonna do. So let me grab this camera so you can see how much ink I'm gonna use and how much of this I'm gonna put in there. Actually, I'm just gonna tilt the camera down so you guys can see. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my spatula. I cannot remember who asked me about this right here. There's somebody that asked me to make a video about working with 100% polyester, especially with the bleeding issue. So just about that much ink is gonna get me through the shirts that I need to print. So I'm gonna just lay down the ink on the screen. And because I'm also printing the front and the sleeves, I'm gonna grab a little extra ink. Even though you're going to be throwing most of this ink away, not most of it, but you will be throwing a lot of the ink away, it's always best to have more than what you need, rather than not having enough. So to that, I'm going to add the catalyst. In this case, I'm using International Coatings catalyst, and the model is 9000. Again, there's other catalysts out there, like for example, I think is Union Ink makes Nylabond, and Nylabond is just about the same. This one I got it at GSG. This little container cost you about 20 bucks. So Nylabond and this stuff works really good, and you'll see how much I'm adding to the mix. It has a consistency of honey, so it's gonna take a little while to come out. Make sure you keep this stuff in a cool place, because if it's too hot, it will harden inside the container. So I'm only gonna get just a little bit, so I don't have a lot of, and you'll see the consistency. I don't know if it'll focus. Let me put my finger there. Yeah, it doesn't want to focus. So it looks just like honey. And then once you pour whatever you want in there, make sure you close it. And we're gonna mix it right here on the screen. There's no need to get a container or get all, you know, with the scale and everything and measuring it. You can just mix it right here on the screen. Also, if you're using Union ink, like for example the Path Athletic, that ink is very good. If you're using some other inks that are ready to use with polyester, you don't have to add any catalyst. Now once you add the catalyst and you start moving the ink back and forth, you will notice that the ink is going to get very creamy. It's going to get super creamy, very easy to print. And if you have about 5 minutes extra, you know, make sure once you mix it, let it sit for about 5 minutes. That way both of the chemicals will have a better reaction. Now adding catalyst is not going to keep the ink or the dye from migrating. It will not. Catalyst is specifically so it doesn't come off, so it grabs onto a nylon or lycra, or in this case polyester. That's the only purpose of the catalyst. Also with the catalyst you can cure at a lower temperature, like a 280, so which makes it a lot faster. But the catalyst is not going to keep the color migration. In this case, that's what the low bleed white is for. Okay, so now I'm going to grab one of these squeegees to clean my spatula. That's it. We're ready to start working. Okay, just as simple as that. Mix your ink with the catalyst, and you're ready to work. You're ready to start working. So one of the things about preventing color migration is, or the biggest trick into preventing color migration, is not to have your dryers up too high. Because if you get it like super high, like for example 350, 360, that's way too high for polyester. So once you do that on polyester, it'll start releasing the dye. Therefore you will be getting some color migration. So make sure that you're working at like around 320, 325, somewhere around there, 320 to maybe 320 to 330. That will be your highest. If you add a catalyst to it, you can actually print lower than 300, like maybe 285. You can stay at a range from 285 to like say 310. That will be just perfect. You don't want to get this up too high, because if you get it too high in temperature wise, that's when you start getting your color migration. So we'll see right now. So it's a very nice print right now. I know you cannot see it that good on video. Trust me, Looks very nice. So again, and try to work kind of fast. That way you don't overheat your garments, and you will prevent migration. Now a lot of people like to print in very thick layers. I don't. Me, the thinner the layer, the better. And I will show you as soon as the first one comes out. So here comes our first one. There you go. That's the first print. And it should look just like that, nice and white. Now remember, your conveyor dryer has to be at about 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Remember to keep it kind of low so you don't overheat it. And right now, working faster is key, so you don't get color migration at all. Remember to get low bleed white. And just so you guys know, I'm printing through a 110. I don't know if you can see the number right there, but I'm printing through a 110. So that's the mesh. That's my screen. It's a 110. Me, I personally like the 156. But in this case, I don't know why I put this one on a 110. And again, this is only 12 shirts, so it should go by really fast. And some of you might remember I've actually did this video in the past with the same shirts, with the same company. So this is just like touching up. Actually, this video has a little more information than the previous one. But remember to work a little faster. I'm actually not printing as fast as I usually do. Stay consistent with your speed. Don't overheat under the flash unit. Don't leave the shirts under the flash unit too long. And we're almost done with our 12 shirts. I know this video is not going to be a short video. It's going to be pretty long. There's no need for a long video. There's no need for a long video, but I did wanted you to see the actual run of 12 pieces. Because normally we will do make a video and we'll start explaining what we're doing, but we never show the entire job. So in this case, this is our last one. That's it. That was the last one, so I just gotta finish doing the second pass on this ones. So that's it. It's number 12. It's very simple, very easy. Again, if you keep consistent and speed, making sure that you're kind of fast, a little faster than what I was sprinting right now. That way, you don't give the shirt enough time to actually release the dye and become migration, or to migrate into the white. Let me grab the shirts because I gotta print the front of it. So here's the shirts, all 12 of them, and as you can see, it looks pretty white. There's no color migration whatsoever. And just so you know, I didn't show you the temperature, but I was printing. I checked the shirts when they're coming out of the dryer. They're coming out at 318. So that's what I'm printing. That's what my dryer behind me is, 318. So no color migration. So I'm gonna continue on printing the front of the shirt, which is the logo on the left chest, and this one's also good, the sleeves. But I'm gonna end the video right now. If you like this video, guys, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. You know, this is the best way to print white on red polyester shirts, 100% polyester shirts, without having color migration or the ink coming off. Obviously, you cannot see that if the ink comes off or not, but you can see there's no color migration. Thank you for watching, guys. If you liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed, and ding the bell so you're notified when we upload new videos. Thank you once again, and I will catch you on the next one. I'm going to continue on printing the front of these shirts, and I will catch you on the next one.